invented it, patented it, put it on the market, and some big fishing company came out and bought them out.
They liked it, yeah. Well, they must have produced.
On the market as a Brawley bass spinner.
I think I've seen it.
He retired to Comanche in 1970 when they were still trying to sell property there.
Uh-huh.
And they were trying to give it away.
And now it's worth a fortune.
So I have some editing. I just stay just like this. Okay, remember, we're going to start here, and then he's going to reach over and pull one of the rigs out. They're both the same?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he'll pull one of the rigs out, so you're going to be okay right there? Mm-hmm. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hi, welcome to Western Angler. I'm your host, Fred Boliba. Today we'll be going to do some, no. Be doing. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hi, welcome to today's Western Angler. I'm your host, Fred Boliba. Today we're out at Bass Lake, and we're going to be doing some trout fishing. And as my special guest today, I have Richard Mendez. Rich, thanks very much for being on today's show.
Yes.
We're going to be doing some trout fishing. Very hard this time of the year. It's summertime. There's a warm water lake. We're going to be using some special gear, and I would like for you to go ahead and show them what we're going to be using,
okay,
and talk a little bit about it, because it is a specialty lake. There are large trout in this lake, and there is a certain season, and when it's not favorable to the fishermen, this is the hookup you have to use.
Yes, right now we have not only warm waters, but a lot of water skiing, jet boats, and the water's driving the fish down. So what we do is we use leaded line, and 18-pound test leaded line, that's what I use. And we go down about 3 to 4 colors, and I use what's called a Ford fender. This is a Ford fender, and what I do is I make up my own, where you buy the brass flashers, there you go. And I make up my own speed tape for the middle, or a reflective tape, that way you get a little more surface. And about 12 to 18 inches behind, I use 4-pound test with a number 6 laser hook.
And we're going to be using night crawlers.
Use night crawlers.
And let's show your hook up here, because for lead core line, it has to be on a special reel. You can't have lead core on spinning gear.
That's correct.
So you have to have the level wind, and you have about, what, 10 colors on here?
10 colors, yes.
Okay, only because that actually suits your lake where you go.
Yes.
I always talk about, or have my shows on our inland lakes in the Bay Area. They're shallow lakes, and I always say we go 4 or 5 colors.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have to go more capacity than 3, 4, 5 colors, you need a bigger capacity level wind. And then again, he's got 10 colors, and that'll probably suit him all around in this area. And that even would include, and you say you go striped bass fishing,
yes,
at San Luis. So this would be not only this lake, but other deep water lakes. So if you wanted to go this type of outfit, you have a boat rod with an open face, or a level wind, level wind with your lead core, and at least 10 colors. Mm-hmm. And what leader do you have here?
I run 18-pound test, 20-pound test.
And what? How many feet or yards is this? About, just generally?
Oh, about 10 feet.
10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we have a double end swivel.
Yes. Barrel
swivel. And this is not leader, this is still the same leader that you have running off your lead core.
That's correct.
Into your flasher. And then you have about 2 feet of, or maybe around 18 inches, mm-hmm, of, again, what leader here?
A 4-pound test.
4-pound test. And then your hook size again?
Number 6.
Number 6.
Yeah.
Well, we're all set.
Yep. Let's
go do it. Hope you enjoyed today's program. Again, it's Fred Boliba, Western Angler, out at Bass Lake, trolling for rainbow trout. Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Wake up. The lips are still swollen from sleep.
That was quick, huh?
Yep,
Okay. That sounds good.
That Bass Lake special hookup worked.
Okay. You go ahead and bring her in there. If you work your way towards the driver's seat, I'll come up from the back side. There we go. Yep.
All right. Well, it took all of 2 minutes.
Oh, there he is. He's already off. You can put him right back in. That's a nice looking trout.
Yes.
It's about 12 inches.
Okay. Grab a hand from the sand.
Yes. There you go.
Nice fish. Bass Lake, rainbow trout. Trolling 3 minutes. One on.
Real quick.
Well, want to let it go?
Yep.
Come on, he's trapped.
Uh-oh. Let's see. There he goes. He's okay. Yep. And we'll just put a new one on there, and we'll be on our way.
1, 2, 3. Got it? Test, test.
Yep.
You got it on? Oh, okay. We showed you the hookup, and as soon as I told Rich, as soon as we hooked one on, which was in 2 minutes, I told Richard when we bring it in, I want him to show you how he threads this mini night crawler on the hook, because it's really a unique way of threading your night crawler on. Go ahead, Rich, take
Okay.
that.
What I'd like to do is just take that number 6 hook, and you just, oops, there we go. We just thread the night crawler through. Okay.
So you're threading and pushing all the way up to the
Right,
shank.
all the way up to the shank. Once I get it up to the shank, then I pop the hook through, twist it around, and just sink the nose of it like a bass setup, just through it, just like that.
So you thread about 2 inches up
Yes.
on the shank,
Mhm.
push it up, then you expose the shank of the hook, or the hook of the hook,
Mhm.
and then you thread it through just like we're weedless on a
Right,
plastic
on a
worm, like
plastic
you're
worm.
bass fishing,
Right.
with a little tail on the end.
Mhm.
Now we're going to show you why he does it this way. He's going to demonstrate in the water
Okay.
and show you exactly the movement, or I will, since I got the pole in my hand,
Yeah.
the movement of that night crawler, why it's threaded like that. It gives a little teaser on the
There you
end
go.
like your plastic worm. And I'm going to put it right in the water here, and just,
I see how it spins in the water. If you just pull it a little fat, there you go, and it'll spin in the water.
and it will, the night crawler will spin like this and entice those fish, actually tease them for that presentation to grab that bait. So
Yeah.
that's the way we caught that one. And I tell you, we had only been trolling for 2 minutes and I already had a hookup. So you can see how easy it is with the method that Rich has here with the level line that's down 3 colors, lead core, with the leader, the flashers, and the number 6 hook with the night crawler on it. Works very good. Very good. Let's go out and do it again.
And they make enough in the summertime to pay off their payments for the rest of the year. Yeah.
What'd you say as soon as we made the turn? You said we're going to go right over that hole.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. He wants to go on. That's a nice one. There we go.
All right. Now, we got this one in here, as you were mentioning before, the limit
It's 5.
is 5, and there isn't any size in it. talk about, do they plant regularly in this lake?
Yes.
Or are these mostly all native fish? Or?
No, they plant in the summertime, and a little less in the winter, but it is a year-round fishing lake.
For trout?
For trout, yes.
So they have regular plants every month, every week?
They plant about every week during the summertime, and about once a month during the winter.
Nice fish. Now this one has hardly any rainbow color. It almost looks like a salmon.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a trout.
Yes, it is.
There's hardly any rainbow color.
It's primarily because the color of the water, and they'll take on the color what's around them.
Now let's talk about a little bit about the seasons. Better, when, what times of years?
Actually, on this lake, year-round.
Year-round.
You can catch trout anytime.
And the best thing is the trolling like we are.
Trolling the way we are.
Okay. Let's turn them on. Fantastic. Well, that just goes to show you that even though there's a lot of people out here doing water sports, there's water skiers behind us. It's the middle of the summer. We've had 100-degree days. Let's talk about the restrictions on the water now. There are certain restrictions.
As far as?
Getting out on the water a certain time.
Okay. Yeah, on the lake, you can't go more than 5 miles an hour before 8 o'clock or after 8 o'clock in the evening. So you got 12 hours of regular, as fast as you can go on the lake for water skiing purposes, but until 8 in the morning, that way the fishermen can get out and have calm water.
And this lake is what they call a counterclockwise.
That's correct.
Traffic. So you have continuous counterclockwise. You always
Coming
go in
around.
the same direction.
That's correct.
The water is up high right now.
Yes.
You say that this water fluctuates. I mean, it could go from one day to the other if they let water out. Because of why?
What happens is, this is what you call a PG&E lake, and they use the runoff to run turbines for electricity in the surrounding communities. So during the summertime, because right now we got a lot of runoff from the snow, the lake will stay level. But during the wintertime, you can have a 3 to 5 foot drop off overnight. And that'll affect where the fish are at.
And this is an all year round lake. I mean, even in the wintertime, it's not really snowed in.
No.
You do get a light fall sometimes, and this year everybody's had an unexpected, winter than the last 7 years. Everybody's got a little bit of snow, a lot of rain, even into the summertime. So it's really been inconsistent this year. But the norm is that you can get in here in the wintertime and do some good bass fishing.
Bass.
Trout, catfish, crappie, and bluegill for the kids.
Bluegill, and then around October, November, you have kokanee salmon that the Fish and Game have put in here. But except with them, you use downriggers. Some guys use leaded line, but I have downriggers on here. You got to go down probably 50, 60 feet. And
with the flashers?
With a flasher, the same unit we got on here, except you add a snubber at the end of your line. That way, that way they have a little cushion. That way, they're because of their soft mouth.
Right. It doesn't pull that hook out with a strike when you're trolling.
And they run about 2 pounds. A lot of fun to catch. They fight really
and what
well.
is the limit on that?
5.
Salmon? 5? It's just like
also.
trout. Is there any size limit?
No.
No size limit. So that's the same regulation as your trout. No size limit. 5. You don't need a special stamp for your salmon. Just your regular fishing license like you do for your trout, catfish, or whatever. Okay. Well, let's go do it, guys. This is great.
The lake. That's been it's just such a long drive from here.
Yeah, you're talking about from the Bay Area.
8 hours.
To Reno and then up 395, is it, up to Susanville. And we didn't even make it one time. We stopped in Reno for 2 days and then went on up.
Yeah.
And then we did the same thing on the way back. It's just too much of a drive.
Yeah. I've been thinking if I ever go over there, I'll just go with the guide on his boat.
Yeah, I got his name.
All right, good.
I got his number. Take it. Yeah, put it in neutral.
Here we go.
Fish on. My turn to net. He knew it. He says, I'm gonna shoot that one before it does that.
Yeah.
Give me a chance to bring
Up there he is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Right?
They're paying for this. You know what we'll do? I'm just going to bring that booger right in.
Okay.
nice looking one. Now see, that one's got a little more color on him.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure does.
Whoop. Now if you're gonna... Oop,
Go
oop,
ahead.
oop.
Jump, Fred.
All right, let me get a pair of pliers.
Okay.
And we'll unhook him here. Yeah.
Now, these are good sized fish. Are these natives, these here, or they plant them this size?
These are planted.
This size here, huh?
Yes, we're going to have to keep this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Might just put him right in the well down there. He'll be fine.
Trying to see if I have any.
Oh, it's not. It's good exercise.
Right. Check my bait. Oh no, he's on there.
All right.
He's on there. Well, I was down there too. I think I was down 4 or 5 colors from when we started at 3.
Yeah.
Of course, she said as the afternoon goes on, the early, late morning, early afternoon, you have to change. Go down a little bit deeper. Oh, yeah. Where were we at? That's 5 colors. About what in feet?
Oh, that's maybe 25 feet. Let me know when you're down to your monofilament.
Oh, he got off.
Is that right?
Son of a gun.
No, he's on.
No.
Yep, he's on.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Actually,
No,
your
that's
line
that.
going. Yeah,
No.
you're right.
God. Oh well. No, he's on. He's on. Really?
I'll be.
Really, he's on. Really?
There we go.
Really? Lost on, lost?
He must have hit you when you were on top of the water. I just unplugged myself. They didn't get that on the air.
All right.
There you go.
And we did go down 5 colors in the afternoon to pick them up.
That's all that's left.
That's it. That's it. And I put new bait on and troll them back. Nice trout. All right. He was on and then he wasn't, and then he was on and then he wasn't. He was on and then he wasn't, huh, Rich?
I think so. I think he just stayed with you.
Yeah. I thought he had gotten off there. Put it in neutral. Bring it in. All right. So we were down with some depth to compensate for the heat. And they're down there. We don't have a lot of boat activity, so we're lucky that we don't have a lot of topwater activity, but still, they're still down there deep. Because what were you, 5 colors? 6 colors. Now, you were mentioning as we were fishing about the color of flashers. You like the gold color flashers instead of the silver.
I've tried silver on the lake here. I find there's a lake close by called Mammoth Pool. Silver works there real well. But on this lake, it seems gold is the color, or the brass color.
Brass color.
Yeah.
And you have some reflector tape on that, just to give it a little more flash.
Wow.
Well, he's going out.
There he is.
There he is. All right. We can see those flashers. Yes.
He just seen the boat.
He just, you know, he felt that thermocline change. Yes.
Here we go.
Got it. All right. Nice fish. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Now we got him right on the lip, just right. Right
So
where we want to get him.
right.
Look at that. That's a nice chunky one.
Uh-huh. All right.
Nice looking trout.
Nice trout. Can't beat that for Bass Lake on vacation, summertime. You come out here for water sports. Before you hit the water, between what, 7:30 and 10 o'clock, you can go out and do some fishing. So you don't always have to come out here just for the water sport activity. If there's water, there's fish. You just have to have somebody like Richard, who's not really a guide, he's a resident of this area. He has a regular job. He's volunteered to take us out and show us some of the lake. Ah! And I just dropped it. Yeah. Ooh. And thanks to Richard, we're showing you this show today, and we're catching some nice fish like this. All right, let's go. Come on. Hit your breath. Come on. Oh. I think that we got it right down. Right. Like you said, that we changed. Went down deeper. Well, I got that mix in real light, so
Maybe it was that weight set a little bit.
maybe. That's what fooled me on the last catch. You know, I thought maybe the wave of the boat or something, or the boat's going by. Adjusted and it stopped, and I tightened it a little bit more, and then it took off again. So he was on there. He just said we didn't know it. I don't think he knew it. Yeah,
That's a real trick here at this lake. You want to troll it about.
that's why every time we go do a show in a new lake, it's a basic procedure of trolling, of course, using the gear. It's just on the knowledge of what this lake is of your thermocline is, you know, is very different between each degree of water. So again, you have to compensate for that by trying different levels. And that's why it's so important that when you are trolling, and I try to tell them this, that when you're trolling with lead core, that's what's so great about having lead core, because you can say go down 3, 4, 5 colors. If you were using spinning gear and you were using flashers, you may never hit the same depth. You can't get to it. It's hard. So with this here, it's really easy to hit the same depth every single time you put out. You can hit it every time. There's no why it's so good that when you are trolling, this is the gear to use, is a lead core. Now this is the first time I've ever used this combination of using the lead core with the flashers. Usually that's why you use a lead core. But then in this case here, you're in a warm water lake, so you even have to get down deeper, and that's to use your flashers core. Where some cases, the lead core is sufficient to go down 10, 15, 20 feet by itself.
A lot of people.
Your spinners on your lead core, and that's it. But in this instance, we use the lead core in combination with the flashers because you got to get down 30, 35 feet without a downrigger.
Like a wet fly on lead. 4-pound test leader, 5-6 feet.
Fish in here.
Yeah. There he is.
On. Yes. Setting up that star. I think so, guys.
Okay.
I think we got one on here.
Keep it coming. Yep, it's on.
Yeah, like I was saying, that's the first time I've used this combination. But then that's, you know, you're going to each individual lake, and that's what makes you catch or not catch fish. Is not knowing that you need this combination to get deeper. Yeah. He hasn't come up to that warm water yet. He still thinks he's down there. He's going to do the same thing as he did last time. He's not going to do anything until he gets right up there because...
Yep. He's on. Yeah, you want to keep the...
I just seen if I can get a little play here.
Yeah.
Reel in this 40 yards of...
Oh. Did you lose him?
No, yeah.
You sure did.
Nope.
Not yet. I can
yeah,
see your work.
Yeah. He did. Well, let's see. Back in and left me holding the hook.
Let's see what's down top. Just ripped it up pretty good.
Yep. Well, that's signs of a strike.
Yeah. I think so.
Definitely.
There isn't more boats out here. Generally, this is a lot busier than the other end of the lake. But,
when you, of course, when you come salmon fishing for kokanee, are you mostly in this area of the lake, in the deep area? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, it's in wintertime or early winter, fall when you're out here doing that in September, October. So there isn't really a lot of water activity anyway. Probably just some pleasure boaters around. But not really water skiing and the jet skis like you have now.
Yes.
So it's mostly the people who are on there are either fishing or just pleasure riding on their boats. So you have a lot more access to work with on when you're fishing for the salmon.
Yes, you do.
During the fall. We're just going to have to definitely make it how to do it. I mean, that's all there is to it. We're going to have to get a kokanee salmon show in, which is one that I haven't done yet, and hopefully we'll stay in touch with Rich. And he can take it out of his busy schedule to be out here and see if we can do it during that time of the year. It'd be fun.
Love to do it.
Like I said, it's about the only thing that I haven't done is a kokanee salmon, which is really a landlocked salmon show, and that would be very interesting. We would be using the snubbers. It's probably the same that we're using now. Same technique of trolling with the snubbers, which is a rubber shopper in between your leader and your hook leader, or your lead core, or you using $9 worms?
We'll use red needlefish.
Uh-huh.
They really like that needlefish.
So it's almost like a fluorescent.
Yes.
Like a fluorescent orange,
yes.
fluorescent red.
Mm-hmm.
So they would almost take the same, well, you wouldn't be necessarily using the needlefish, but the fluorescent orange and fluorescent red would almost represent roe.
That's correct.
Salmon roe. So that's why you're using that, that basic fluorescent orange and red.
Yes.
Because we would use the same colors on stream fishing, except not that type of lure because you're not trolling, but you would be using something like an okie drifter or a spin and glow or a flatfish or a blue fox or a meth or you know, go on and on, Castmaster or something like that, but in the large range of a number 5 or number 6 or in the fluorescent color. For the not only that, you use it for the roe to represent the bait or the roe salmon eggs, but also for the attractant of that color because the water is dirtier.
Yes.
So you'd be using that flashy. When it hits that sun, it automatically flashes and attracts them, and using that fluorescent colors of the orange and the reds.
Yeah, the orange and reds work, and then of course your flashers make the thing into a school of fish.
Right.
They'll come right up close.
Like the bait fish trailing,
exactly.
and boom,
Yep.
you attract them and they see it and that's it. I've even had some fish even hit the hit the flasher.
That's right.
You know, like when I do a lot of trout fishing in the stream, I'll hook on into my 6-pound test or a 4-pound test. I'll hook on a swivel, and then of course your bait hook. And if I'm using salmon eggs or I'm using a power bait or whatever, I see the trout come out and hit the swivel because it's the attractant, it's the flash. And then maybe the second time you throw it in, then they'll catch the bait trailing, but their first attractant is that flashy, that swivel, or that flasher that you're using for trolling. But again, this salmon, coconut salmon, is one of the shows that I haven't done, only because they aren't really abundant in our area. Some of your lower lakes and some of your higher lakes, like the most, I mean, when anybody comes into salmon, right away think of Lake Tahoe. Boom. You know, down riggers, 80 feet down, wire line, you know, the whole thing. But that's, to us from the Bay Area, whenever anybody says kokanee salmon, our first memory or recollection, or let me bring mine in, and we got a big wakes coming in here. Richard's got one. Fish on.
Well, let's see what we got.
Yes.
Might be a bluegill.
Or it might be that catfish you were talking about a while back, which would be make very interesting film. Trolling for trout and catching a catfish trolling. That'd
be a first.
Yes. You know, we're down there.
Yes. There we go. There he is. Come on. There he is.
All right, let me get the net. I'm just gonna let my flashers fall there.
Oop.
Whoa. Doesn't like that warm water at all.
Let's see, let me get over here. Trout?
Yes.
He just got to wake up a little bit. There he goes.
Well, Rich, thank you very much. I sure
Thank you
appreciate
for asking me.
Great day of fishing on Bass Lake. I sure appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come out. And again, I said that earlier in the show that Richard is not a guide on the lake. He lives here, and your business actually is.
I'm an insurance agent.
And so he was gracious enough to take us out on the spur of the moment. And I would like to thank him again.
Thank
you very much. And I hope to try to make a date with you when the salmon come in. You stay in touch. Give me a call. and we'll try to make arrangements to come out, and hopefully the next time you see both of us together, we'll be out here doing some kokanee salmon fishing.
You bet.
Well, this is Fred Boliba, wishing you until next time, good luck and good fishing to you.
All right.
Great.
Good way
Great,
to end.
Richard.